Starlink satellites laser crosslink technology. The dream of being able to access the internet, no matter where you live, might become a reality sooner than you might think. In 2015, SpaceX, the company owned by technology billionaire Elon Musk, announced it was developing such a service called Starlink. SpaceX Starlink is one of Elon Musk's most ambitious projects, plans to deploy a huge constellation of around 42,000 satellites into the low Earth orbit. It aims to provide high-speed internet access to users around the world, especially in rural areas and remote regions. As of now, the Starlink service is available in public beta and it's offering users a blazing fast internet service. Now everyone knows what Starlink is. The company launched its first test satellites in 2018. This was followed by the first official 60 satellites for the service in 2019. SpaceX has put up about 1,000 of the satellites into orbit. Then in late November 2020, the latest launch happened in the rideshare program on January 24. SpaceX included 10 Starlink satellites that are equipped with laser crosslinks, a technology the company plans to add to other satellites next year. But what is this laser cross-link technology, which SpaceX named it as space lasers, exactly? Keep watching as we reveal more about this upcoming and highly ambitious space internet service and its next-gen tech. In this video, we'll take a look at SpaceX's latest Starlink satellites using the laser crosslink technology. Make sure you stick around until the end of the video and leave a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating content. Also, we have started a video series on Elon Musk. This is another episode of the series. Check out the previous video from this series, click on the I button up there. Stay tuned for the next one. SpaceX has been regularly launching Starlink satellites into space for its mega constellation project. SpaceX so far has been building V0.9 and V1.0 Starlink satellites, with 1,023 satellites deployed over the course of 18 launches. And now SpaceX is preparing to begin production of the next generation of its Starlink internet satellites. With the latest launch, SpaceX included 10 Starlink V0.9 satellites on its Transporter-1 that has deployed to the polar region of Earth. These Starlink satellites, equipped with finished version of the laser crosslink the company tested on a few other nodes last year. Laser crosslink, a technology known as laser intersatellite links, or space lasers, as Musk has referred to them, which would allow the satellites to create data connections to each other, rather than individually connect to points on the ground, keeping them connected to the rest of the constellation. In simple terms, we can say, those lasers are a form of optical, light-based communication with an extremely high bandwidth ceiling, potentially permitting the wireless, high-speed transfer of vast quantities of data over equally vast distances. When there are a bunch of satellites in orbit, they need to communicate with each other. To do so, they need to send signals to the ground stations that transfer them to the receiving satellite. But now, with the use of the crosslink, Starlink satellites will be able to communicate with each other without ground stations. Intersatellite links allow satellites to transfer communications from one satellite to another, either in the same orbital plane or an adjacent plane. Such links allow operators to minimize the number of ground stations, since a ground station no longer needs to be in the same satellite footprint as user terminals, and extend coverage to remote areas where ground stations are not available. This will also help in extending coverage of the network to rural areas. Hence, Starlink will be able to make their goal of providing network globally a reality. This technology will also help in decreasing the latency of the connection, as the speed of light is faster in vacuum than in fiber, so the space lasers have exciting potential for low latency links, since the number of hops between satellites and ground stations are reduced. During last year's test, the lasers beamed hundreds of gigabytes of data between nodes, and that could have benefits beyond the coverage boost. Moving data directly between satellites could speed up the network and help keep latency at a minimum. Anything that decreases hops to the ground will make the network more dynamic and provide a much better experience. It will also help in cutting down the building cost of the Starlink infrastructure significantly. This is because SpaceX won't be needing to build ground stations for every area. The company also claims that once these space lasers and satellites are fully deployed and all set, Starlink will be one of the fastest options available to transfer data around the world. The good news is that SpaceX plans to add the same laser intersatellite links to all the satellites it launches next year. There are almost 1,000 in orbit right now, and SpaceX is authorized to deploy as many as 12,000, but it has asked the FCC to let it launch up to 30,000 more on top of that. What are your thoughts on SpaceX's latest Starlink satellites using the laser crosslink technology? Will Starlink change the future of internet? Share your thoughts in the comments. Those who give best suggestions or topics will get a shout out in our next video for sure. So, do let us know in the comment section. We hope this video has given you some insight and maybe inspired you. If you liked the video, give it your thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you have not already done so. Click on the bell to always receive notifications about new videos. Thanks for watching Infinity Insight.